Hello, and good morning from here in Chongqing. Welcome to the iChongqing in China International Import Exhibition live stream. I'm your host, James Alexander. So, over the next few days until November the 10th, the third CIIE is being held at the National Exhibition and Convention Center in Shanghai. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the China International Import Expo opens today as scheduled on an annual basis. It is a significant move for the Chinese government to hold CIIE to give firm support to trade liberalization and economic globalization and actively open the Chinese market to the world. It facilitates countries and regions all over the world to strengthen economic cooperation and trade and to promote global trade and world economic growth in order to make the world economy more open. Today, we have two iChongqing correspondents joining us live. Alison is at the event live in Shanghai, while Mikkel is on the ground in the Jiefengbai Pedestrian Street. So over the next hour, they will bring us all the main action as the event proceeds. So first of all, let's go over to Alison Chen, who is live at the CIIE in Shanghai. So Alison, welcome to the show. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you okay. So at the moment, Alison, where at the exhibition are you?
Oh, okay. In my hand, there is a mascot of the CIIE. It's very cute, and it's from the media package in Shanghai. But I have to wear a mask because of the epidemic prevention and control. About the CIIE, the exhibition area has expanded nearly 30,000 square kilometers. There are online and offline exhibitions. As for the offline exhibitions, we have 6 areas: food and agricultural products, automobile, intelligent industry and information tech, consumer goods, medical equipment and healthcare products, trading services. And now I'm at the intelligent equipment, and behind me there is the ABB exhibition booth. Later I'll show you how the robot can perform for the intelligent manufacturing. So that's the very brief introduction about the exhibition. Hi, James.
Okay, so thank you very much, Alison. And we also have two very special guests with us. So at the moment on the ground in Jiefengbai CBD, we have Mikkel Larsen from iChongqing. So Mikkel, good morning, and over to you.
Yeah, good morning, James, and thank you very much for having me on the show. I'm standing in the middle of Jiefengbai Square in downtown Chongqing. Lots of people around, lots of stuff going on. And Jiefengbai, and especially around the clock tower, is always a very busy place to be. So yeah, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to see more from the CIIE in Shanghai.
Okay, fantastic. And last but not least, we have a very special guest. We have Alex from Reportify Media, who is joining us from Bangkok in Thailand. So Alex, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and I would like to ask, Mikhail, how is the weather where you are? Is it warm? Do you have your gloves on? What's going on in Chongqing there?
It is a little bit chilly. Obviously, the summer is now gone, and we're heading into the fall period, and the weather has gotten a little bit gray and dull recently. Hello, guy behind me. Welcome to the show.
It's always
so
great
it
to
has
see
gotten
you.
a little bit cold, and the skies are a bit gray, and it is a little bit chilly, but I got my jacket on, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
Well, I'm looking forward to the show today, guys, and we got quite a bit of things to cover here. So I guess we can just get right to it, James. We can see we have a little bit of a kind of a schedule to follow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so we're going to cover the event basically in this order. So because Alison is on the ground live at the event itself, we're going to be going back to Alison, and she's going to take the lead, and she's going to show us all of the highlights that are going on at the moment. And then we'll go back to Mikkel in Chongqing, who will show us what's going on in Jiefengbai. And during the meantime, you and I will ask questions and kind of ask a bit more of what's going on.
Hi here. Behind me, this is the ABB intellectual how to say, the robot is working, and here are some parts of a product. You can see here. It is working. And ABB is also a yes.
Allison,
ABB
can
yes.
you walk around and just show us that item from all angles, not just that angle, so we can see what it is?
Okay.
Thank you.
So here we have the parts of a watch. You can see that.
So is this kind of like a production line, or are we looking like a? This is what this item is making. It's making a watch.
Yes, it's making a watch, and it is not man-made. It's the machine. So you
Maybe
can see here.
Let's have a look for our viewers if we can really zoom in on see. Can you show us the products that are being put together, like the straps of the watch and all that? You see right below you there.
I'll go
Thank you. Yeah, see if they'll let you in there. You're media. Get in there.
I cannot get in there, but you can have a closer look at it. The robot is
okay, there's the watch band.
Together. Yes.
So that looks like a watch band, isn't it, James?
Yeah, I did see some watch bands on the side a moment ago. So yeah, it just seems like you just have to give it the raw materials and basically it will do the rest for you.
So what are they doing here on the bands? Are they soldering or melting it to?
No. All the 4 robot arms is going to make each one part of the watch. For example, maybe one robot is going to make the wrist, and then it will hand over to the next robot. And finally, the 4 robots will make a full watch.
Now, for the viewers that aren't familiar, do you know much about ABB? Does anyone on the panel know much about ABB at all?
Not really myself.
Is there a representative from ABB there at the show?
Yes, but they are not going to take our interview.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because they have a tight schedule.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Well, we'll stick.
We can show you other equipment of ABB.
Fantastic.
Yes, and by the way, ABB is a member of Chongqing Measures International Economic Council. So I'm going to start my way to Chongqing image display and also the Jiefang Pedestrian Street. So I'll give my floor to James.
Okay, and James, before we do that, I just want to say that the ABB was formerly the Asia Brown Boveri, a Swiss-Swedish multinational corporation headquartered in Zurich, and they are quite a large company with revenue of approximately $28 billion annually. So this is no little small player. Over to you, James.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, I really do like the machines they have there as well. I've seen lots of examples before, but those machines are very calm and collected, very kind of slow, precise movements. But I have seen other ones in other factories here in Chongqing that work in a very frenzied manner. So particularly in the mobile phone factories as well. Yeah, so yeah, I was really happy to see those machines in action.
So
so since Alison is moving on to the next part at the CIIE in. Not that one. Okay, so it's moving to the next part of the CIIE. So we're going to go over to Mikkel, who is on the ground in Jiefang. So Mikkel, so what is going on at the moment?
Well, Jiefang is bustling with life. Even here at the clock tower where I'm standing, where otherwise normally it would be a fairly quiet day on a Thursday morning, there are some exhibitions setting up. You can hardly see them in the background, but you can see a little bit of the construction that's going on behind me. So there is a lot of activity going on here, and lots of people. I'm standing near the iconic clock tower at Jiefang Square, and Jiefang has also seen immense development in recent years. And I think Jiefang is also an ideal place to see and experience firsthand everything that has been going on in Chongqing recently. I'm sure Alex can agree. Alex, you were here in Chongqing.
Yeah,
was it late
December,
last
January.
year?
Yeah, it's a very, very vibrant,
Yeah, December, January
area of
last
the
year.
town. Even if it's a little bit nippy and cold outside, it's very vibrant. What we'll do, Mikhail, we got a bit of a camera lock up with you, so we're gonna minimize your screen there. Keep talking though. Tell us what's going on there, and
Sure.
James and I will just be sitting here just to let everybody know. That we are actually live streaming from, I guess we could say 4 locations. One is in Shanghai, the other is in Chongqing. James is working the command center, and I am I guess you would call it the guest that sits on the side chair of a talk show. I don't know what those are. Are they like the host of the hostess or something? I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, I'm here. So, Mikhail, tell us you're in Jiefeng Bay now. Where's Chongqing's connection to this show, so everybody understands? Have we still got him there? Okay, we might not have him there. Let's go to Allison. James, if we can go to a full screen on Allison, that would be great.
Okay, here we are.
So, Allison, can you hear me? It's Alex here.
Yes.
Can you show me you're in hall number 3? Now, does each of these halls have certain things that they're working on so the viewers understand? Are we in the home appliance area? Because it looks like you just walked by a bunch of microwave ovens. So,
Yes, I just walk outside of the intelligent equipment and
Okay.
manufacturing
What
exhibition booth.
can we have a quick little peek at maybe a couple of little gadgets inside that hall before you walk out of there?
Oh, okay, I'll come
I'm
back.
sure the people from Emerson and AGC would love to show their products.
Yes. This is about their 5G empowered car.
Okay,
It's really cool.
very nice.
It is powered by the Internet of Things.
Okay, so IoT is powering this one. And when we were just about to walk out the hall, was there smart things for the home behind you?
Behind me?
Yeah,
You
you know,
mean-
as you're the other way. Sorry, this is fun, isn't it, James?
Yeah.
Well, that booth, but over to towards where you came from originally. I guess these are all the gadgets and things that need to run the car. But no, when we were walking, I think we were looking at microwave ovens and home appliances and stuff.
Some materials about the vacuum insulation panel.
Right.
It's for the.
But
car.
you see behind there Schwartz on the wall there. It's Roche and Schwartz. You see that? Straight ahead, RS.
You mean now here?
No. Do you see it, James?
Yeah, we were just pointing at it a moment ago. If you turn the camera to the left, it's kind of behind you.
It's behind you.
To the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you turn around 180 degrees, it's kind of in the opposite direction to where you're facing now.
So where you came from?
Yeah,
Also at the
Yeah.
LGC.
You see it right there, right behind you, the booth right behind you. Just right there. Yeah. Yeah, let's go have a look at that.
Okay.
Since you are our eyes and ears at this event, so we're taking full advantage of this to try to see. Because if I was there, I want to see what's going on here. It might be nothing, but it might be something. So let's have a look.
Okay.
What do they got here?
So you
What do
were
these
here?
people got? Yeah. Now, are they? What kind of products do these guys have? What are they selling? Are they for the boats or?
Oh, can you introduce us about the products? Introduce? Yes.
I will.
Ah, here we go. This is handy.
Oh, here. I'd like to give it to you. Otherwise, they cannot hear you.
Don't worry, Allison. We can hear her. We can hear
yes.
her.
She's going to find a man to introduce for us.
Okay, can you
He's
walk?
coming.
Can you walk around the booth for us?
Okay.
Just show us the goodies that they have.
So
Okay.
I can see a sign on the wall behind you. So it's the
Yeah.
Chicho Dienza. So these are kind of electrical applications for use in
Yes.
cars, I think.
Here
Okay.
comes the man. Could you please to introduce your products here?
She's brave.
Okay, and here's our products from Rode and Schwarz. And here is our portable monitoring receiver. And he detects some EMI signals and in the EMC environment. And also here comes
Wow.
and also here comes our high performance oscilloscope, and it's bandwidth up to 16 gigahertz on our RTP series. And the coming is our signal generator SMA 100B, and here's the bandwidth up to 20 gigahertz. And now here's our EMI test receivers, our the new type model of EMI receiver. It's in the some certification test house. And here comes also is our broadband amplifier, and it's a BBA 130. Okay. And let's come to this part. And here's our phase noise analyzer, and it's the highest phase noise in these test areas. Yeah. And now here's our high-end signal generator, and also it's a vector signal generator, SMW200A. Okay, let's come.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Does anyone know what those are used for?
Oh, perhaps you didn't know where to use such instruments.
Yeah, where?
Yeah, and you usually use in RF communications, such as wireless communication. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that you invented how to do something like that, because we don't, and on the panel we have no idea. But what a pleasure that you took us for a tour. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
We can talk later.
Ah, great.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you. Well, that's great, Allison. Thank you for sharing it like that, so we get a better idea of what really is going on at that show there. I mean, that is some pretty hefty stuff. It looks like Mikhail's back here, James.
Okay, so let's go back over to Mikhail. So I will turn your mic on. So Mikhail, so what is new down there in GFMB? So what can people do down there that they couldn't do before?
So there's a lot to do in GFMB. Oh, they just turned out the music behind me. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
great. There is a lot of activities going on. There are stages being built, exhibitions popping up all over the place. There is a lot going on. Obviously, GFMB has a lot to offer, and being located in the middle of Chongqing downtown's area, Newton district, there are plenty of places you can go and explore different things. Hongye Cave is located here, the Guotai Arts Center, of course, the Clock Tower, which is behind me, and Raffles City, which only opened up a little while ago, that has brought in new businesses, lots of shopping malls. Skybridge is the World Financial Center, which is located in here as well, has a skybridge that is 100-something meters up in the air, where you can see almost a whole city from up here. Raffles City, of course, has its own glass bridge where you can look straight down the floor onto almost the whole city as well. So there's lots to explore and lots to do. And not only that, GFMB has also attracted more than 80 Fortune 500 companies in the past years. There are lots of consul generals located in here, lots of new businesses, top brands from all over the world, and of course, lots of shopping malls and activities. Everything you can think of that you want in a modern big city, and everything has happened so fast. In the 7 years that I've lived in Chongqing, I've seen immense change. And Chongqing is only growing bigger and stronger and better, basically.
Yeah, sure. And of course, me and Mikhail have been in Chongqing for a number of years. But I think, Alex, you've only visited Chongqing on one occasion, although you stayed for quite a long time. Is that right? So what were your impressions of Chongqing from a fresher perspective?
I was there from, I think, 8 to 10 days, and I managed to film, I think, almost 60 hours of video footage while I was there. I have to tell you that this is one of the most extraordinary and unknown cities in the world, to be quite frank. When we first arrived in Chongqing, my wife and I, on Christmas Eve, it was at the Novotel, another name that is well known throughout the holiday and hotel industry. They were located in Jiefeng Bay. And we use that as our starting point to get our bearings in Chongqing, because it is such a monster mega city, very mountainous, but also pleasant. You don't feel like you're a foreigner in a very, very rich cultural city like Chongqing. I mean, this city, it ticks the boxes for everything you can imagine. For food, absolutely. It even has a spicy bar, or spicy drinks, spicy vodka drinks, and stuff like that. When we were there, we went to a place called the Flavor Lounge, and it was quite interesting. But not only that, I mean, you know, the beauty of the city. You know, as you were saying, you were talking about Raffles, the mall. It just actually opened up when we were there, and this is a mega project. This is not your average little you know, corner strip mall in Midwest America. This is a $4 billion investment, and you can see some of the resemblance of the Raffles to the one in Singapore. And there is a connection there. And if you notice, you guys are probably aware of this, right? Anybody want to take over on this? Why the building is designed the way it looks like with its... Does anybody know that one?
That's something.
Sorry, go ahead.
So that's something to do with sailing sails, isn't it?
Exactly, yes. And you know, just where it's represented in the city, you know, it's designed like a mass of a sailboat, and it's pretty extraordinary. Just want to say hello to some of the people that have joined us into the live stream. I think it was Jimmy Hu. Thank you for coming in. Catherine, of course, thank you for showing up. And Sasha Hu, thank you guys. Just hit that like button down below. I'm going to pass it back over now to James, and we're going to continue on at this fantastic event we're at.
Okay, so yeah, I know the Raffles very well. So after it just opened, I went to the Sky Bridge, and actually the transparent surface, the walking surface, is about 250 meters above the road below. So and it's really popular with tourists there. So I had a really good time. So I think one of the...
I think we've all been on that glass bridge at some point. It is scary when you walk up on that.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it took me a few minutes to get used to it myself.
You guys have a nice video on the channel, don't you, Mikhail, about that on your iChongqing channel? Do you have a video of the Sky Bridge?
Yeah, we do. I think James did a vlog on the Sky Bridge itself. I did an interview with the chief executive of the building project early last year, that talks about what the project is, how it came to be, the investment that went into it, the construction, and what's going to be up in the Crystal. Because the Crystal is special not only because of the Sky Bridge, but because it's such an exclusive place. You have to have a residence in Raffles or be part of a members club to be able to access those high-end bars and restaurants and stuff that are up in the Crystal itself. So it's actually only one of the viewing platforms that is open to the public. The rest is sort of locked off, but it looks spectacular, and I got to see it before it was even finished.
Do people have to make reservations before they go up there, or can they just enter and pay a fee and go up? How does it work?
You have to own a residence inside the Raffles city, either an office or a residence, to be able to even get up to it. There are special events that are being held every now and then where you can get an invitation to get up there, but other than that, it's a pretty exclusive place to get into. So I think for the most part, either there is a special event going on, or you have to be part of some sort of delegation or a project or something to come up there.
Well, unless we know you, right?
Well, yeah.
James, if we could find, if we can pivot back to Allison, find us something that's really interesting going on at the show there until she can stop at any time if she finds anything interesting, and then we'll see what we got. Just give us that or that on camera when you find something interesting.
Okay, so we'll go back to Allison.
Yes, on my way to the Jiefeng Bay Pedestrian Street, I walked by our Hongqing Gallery. So this is a Chongqing image exhibition. I'm going to show you some representative companies and products here.
Good morning, everybody.
Here they're having a rest.
Wait, hello. Here. Knock, knock. Can they hear me?
By the way, here, no. By the way, this is a 3D printing.
3D printing. I bet you if you
Yes.
started to grab one of those, somebody would get up from the chair. So let's you see that little blue vase? Can we see that? See if you're brave enough to grab it. The one there in front. Yes, let's have a look at that. Can you show us
this one?
show us the camera back and inside it and everything? And is it heavy or is it light?
No, it's very light. It's not heavy because it is made very light materials.
Okay.
It's a 3D printed.
What else have we got there? We got a castle and
Shanghai Tower.
Yeah, the pearl.
Okay, is the printer itself actually there as well?
Oh, there it is. You see it, James, right there? Did you see it? Just down to the bottom right part of the screen by the Shanghai Tower. The little printer's going away there. You can see it coming up.
So, Alison,
Yes.
can we have a
There
look
it
at
is.
the printer?
I don't know whether
So, Allison, if I send a photo of me to you, could they make a 3D of me right away?
maybe. Yes, it's working. The machine.
All right. Wow. You know, the importance of these 3D printers. I remember years ago when we were doing business in China, if you wanted to have an item made, you'd have to order a mold, and these molds would cost you anywhere from $40,000 to $75,000 for a mold. And now 3D printers can do them for a fraction of the cost. So, you know, extremely, and even from prosthetics, you know, people that have had either accidents or bodily accidents, these help a lot in the medical industry as well, not only in the automotive.
So, okay, guys, you can talk about the 3D printing, and I'm
All
on
right.
my way to the Jifangbei.
Okay, we'll let you do that. And as we're continuing on with the show here, I'm here with James from iChongqing. I'm Alex from Reportify Media, and we're enjoying the beautiful views of Jifangbei with Mikhail there in the distance. So quite nice. Any other statistics we could talk about with the show here, James, that we know of, the CIIE? Any statistics that you would like to bring up?
At the moment, yeah, we did release a report on iChongqing about the CIIE. So just give you a few moments, I'll get that page back up and we
No
can
problem.
get the key information. But in the meantime, so you can see Mikkel is still out on the go. So I don't know, Mikkel over there, have you seen anything new over there?
I haven't seen anything new. Everything is still being constructed. I'm guessing that they are preparing to do some sort of exhibition in the area. I'm actually not sure exactly what it is that's going on. Let me get back on the screen here for a second. Hey,
Welcome back, sir.
pretty
Welcome
face.
back, sir.
Hey, thank you. No, I was actually going to try and just walk straight to one of the nearby snack streets, just because the noise here is a bit high and I'm even having trouble hearing you when you speak.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and find one of the snack streets where you can buy lots of local snacks, lots of delicious food, and then just walk through that for a bit, and then I can talk about what you can get in that area as well.
Okay,
All right.
So I've got. All right, so we did release a couple of reports on the CIIE in advance on iChongqing. So if we go through some of the key points, so Chongqing, they have dispatched 32 trading groups to the event in Shanghai, from the 5th to the 10th of November. And if we go through some of the other key information. Okay, and of course, this is a big international event, and we can see here that Chongqing, some businesses from Chongqing are hoping to enter into cooperation with companies from other countries around the world. So they're going to be setting up cooperation with companies from Brazil, Australia, New Zealand, United States, and Russia, and in a big variety of industries as well. So we're going to figure here that also they're going to be cooperating with the company from Brazil to basically purchase around 20 billion rand worth of chilled beef as well.
James, interesting point. If you don't mind that, I'm going to step in here and just kind of add to that. You know, this whole event is sending out a very, very strong signal to the world. And I think a lot of people that are watching this don't really understand what that message is. Because most of these events, I'll give you an example, the Canton Fair that goes on in Guangzhou. This fair is basically, it invites international companies in to purchase products to then export them back to the countries. Okay, for example, you want to buy something for your shops for the Christmas season or whatever, you go to the Canton Fair probably around April, March, there's 2 of them a year. You put in your orders and they ship them back to your country. But what's interesting is this event is actually inviting international companies into China, which is the complete opposite on what normally happens. And what that does is that really solidifies a lot of trade arrangements, trade agreements, which can in some way make the United States and other countries, especially during this trade war time, a little bit nervous. So, I mean, it's very interesting to see that China has decided to, you know, hold this, the CIIE, which is, you know, very, very interesting. And, you know, an international import expo. It's normally an export expo, if you know what I'm saying. So to actually see China really opening its doors and allowing international companies to come in, to bond that relationships, to share the technologies, and you know, it's quite extraordinary.
Yeah, definitely. And just to add a bit of extra information to what I was just talking about. So in another article here, the CIIE in Shanghai has gathered over 3,000 enterprises from over the world, and the number of exhibits is in the tens of thousands, and the representatives of over 150 countries and regions here in Shanghai at the moment. So the scale of the event is also very impressive as well.
Alison, how are we doing?
Yes, it's a long walk. It's a long walk. And
Can you find us something fun on the way? Anything looking interesting there?
No, I'm in the middle of the convention center. It's all alleys, but nothing very special.
All right, we'll let you continue to walk on there, and maybe we'll go back to James for a sec. I'm going to turn one of my studio lights on because I've just switched cameras here, so I'll just be a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you a bit more information as well. So this is some background information about Chongqing. And we've got here, so in the first 3 quarters of this year, Chongqing has speeded up to become an exemplary inland city of opening up. And we have seen over 6.547 billion US dollars of foreign investment. So this is a very impressive figure, and has achieved a year-on-year growth rate of 3.11%. And also the foreign trade value in Chongqing over the first 3 quarters of this year has amounted to 413 billion yuan. And that's also a 12.3% increase on the last year. Okay, so despite all of the challenges this year, obviously, it's really great to see that Chongqing has achieved such great economic figures.
James, looks like we got Mikhail back, and he's got some goodies going on behind him. Something's happening. He's standing in that location for a reason.
So,
Mikhail, what do you got for us?
Oh, you got it. So I figured it's about lunchtime here, and I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, and I figured if I'm here, I might as well try and explore it a little bit. So I walked down to one of the streets that is actually adjacent to where the clock tower is. It's very close to the square itself, but also very close to the subway station. Very convenient to get to. This whole street behind me is full of food. All of this, all the way down, is just food stalls. There's actually an even longer street adjacent to this one. The place that I'm standing, you can hardly see it. We're trying to move out of the way here. This shop right here behind me is one of the most
waving to all your fans behind you. Sorry.
Waving to all your fans. Here we go.
No, you have a lot of people waving to your camera.
Well, hello there, everyone. You are on live to the world. But this restaurant right here behind me is famous. They serve a Chongqing specialty called Suan La Fen, which is sweet and sour noodles made not from your regular wheat and such, but it's made from, what's it called? It's made from potatoes. It's made from sweet potatoes grounded into powder and then made into noodles. This shop right here, every single day, there are so many people here that you can just stand in line for hours.
Ask that guy what his favorite food is. Can you ask that guy what his favorite food is? Favorite local dish.
No, they don't want to answer.
Nope.
They just want to participate. They don't want to talk.
Great to see.
They're shy. They're shy. It's okay. I'm going to pick the camera up and I'm just going to paint it to the back-facing camera, and then I'll walk down the street and I'll talk about what you can see.
Please do.
So
Thank you.
let me just switch that right here. There we go. Make sure I can see what I'm doing. So that's the restaurant that I was just talking about. The food in here is amazing. It is cheap too. It's not even like a real dish or anything. It's just a local snack that you can pick up. And actually right next to it, let me just walk around here. You can see all these people who are sitting here, they all pretty much bought that same dish. It's such a specialty. And there are two big sort of cantinas here, or food courts, with lots of different shops and stalls inside where you can eat. I am not sure if anyone's going to object to me just walking in there with this big selfie stick that I'm holding, but let's just try.
Just tell him you know James from iChongqing. Everything will be fine.
There's a foreigner coming through. Look at this. So lots of decorations, lots of little shops and stuff to explore. I'm going to set this down, and I'm going to take the stabilizer off of my tripod for a second.
Okay.
That might make this a little easier. Just give me 1 second.
So just want to say a big thank you to everybody that's watching this stream today. It's in all types of locations around the world. We have Allison in Shanghai. She's gone dark on us, but she'll come back. And we're here with Mikhail in, can we call it Food Street? Is that okay to call it
I
Food
guess
Street?
you could call it a food street. That wouldn't be the worst thing to call it.
Okay.
I just got a cable that got tangled up here 1 short second.
Just to let everybody know, to make shows like this work requires a lot of connections. James and I are working in a platform studio from the back, and we're pivoting back and forth between cameras in other locations within China and around the world. So this is where media is going, especially from our standpoint. So okay, it looks like we lost somebody. We could have lost the host here.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
We're gonna mute James for a second here. He's just having a couple of connection issues, and we'll go with you, Mikhail. Can you still hear me, Mikhail?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, fantastic. So tell me, what would it cost me to get some chicken satay sticks there?
Oh, it wouldn't cost you much. We're talking for about $1, for about $1 you could almost eat your fill in a place like this.
Sir, stop right there and show me closely. What are all these things? Because a lot of these viewers have never been to China, or let alone Chongqing. So, do you pick them out?
There are lots of goodies here.
How does it work here? Show me how it works.
A little cup. So this lady here is actually ordering food right now. So you grab these cups, and then you just pick up whatever you want from any of these sticks. Take that, put it in your cup, and then they will count it based on the number of sticks you have, or by weight. So there are a couple of other restaurants that do the same thing, either hot pot restaurants or tuan restaurants, which is two kinds of very traditional sort of spicy food that you can get here in Chongqing. These are mostly cold dishes that you can eat. There are lots of different vegetables, some meats and sausages and different things. And over here, we have a little barbecue stand.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Skewers with meat on them. And then, of course, you pick them up and then fry them.
What would that cost to fill up a glass?
Let me look up. If you want to fill it up to the brim, you're looking at it's really just up to how much you want to pay for it. Obviously, some of the meat is more expensive than others, but you can get a decent sized meal here for 2 to 3 American dollars easily. Some of the seafood stuff is a bit more expensive than some of the cheaper meat, but you can eat your fill
$2
here.
to $3. I mean, that's what it would cost me to park my car for 15 minutes just to go into a mall to get that.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of this food is really, really, really cheap. Not only is it cheap and convenient, but it's also delicious. If you like this kind of thing, of course. Of course, most Chongqing food has a little bit of spice to it, has a little bit of bite to it, but they also have desserts and stuff that you can get. So this is like a gelatinous rice pudding sort of thing that you get, and they have nuts and hawthorn.
Is this kind of like a place where you take a friend, like in this area? For example, give you an example. If I'm coming to Chongqing and Patrick Freeman's there, and we say, Mikhail, take us somewhere to eat, where would you take us?
Oh, I would definitely take you here. If you're interested in trying some of the local food and not wanting to spend a lot of money doing it, this is the perfect place to do it. Not only can you find Chongqing local snacks, but there are also lots of other kinds of food. You can find snacks from Chengdu, you can find snacks from nearby provinces as well. So anything you want, you can find it here. It's perfect.
Oh,
it's cheap,
fantastic.
it's convenient. So yeah, I mean, if you're working in the area and you just want something quick for lunch, go here. If you are out shopping and you just want a break, you want to grab a snack, you come here. All works.
Thanks for the overview. We got James back, and he's looking better than ever now. He's done something to his connection. James, take over.
Yeah, sorry about that. So the connection broke, and I went out of the studio and came back. Yeah, but so now I've been going to those places for like many years, and I always find that it's very rare to find something I don't like in those snack stalls. I suppose I'm not really all that adventurous sometimes, because I have been to some stalls in Beijing, like the markets, where they have more exotic stuff, like the barbecued scorpions and spiders, locusts and things like that. But you don't find those so much in Chongqing. So over here, really, I struggle to find anything I don't like. So of course, the cuisine over here is definitely one of the things that keeps me thinking a long time.
Can we just mute Mikhail for a moment?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Perfect. There we go. Well, he's looking for some things.
Yeah, so definitely the food here in Chongqing is definitely one of the big reasons for me staying here in Chongqing, and apart from family connections as well. But it's such a such a lively city as well. I mean, I come from a very quiet corner of England, like in middle England. So I really love the fact that you can go out. There's something to do here, basically 24/7. And I really love the scenery, the water, the hot springs. So there's basically something here that's basically to appeal to every interest and everything I like.
So now, James, just so I can understand, because we have a panel of 4, well, 3 for the moment, but Allison's position, what is she? Is she joining a group of people from Chongqing, or what's the deal? How does it work?
So Allison, she's like been with
is she
iChongqing.
Is she there with iChongqing, or is she there with other delegates from Chongqing? Did the city send a bunch of people to Shanghai? How does it work? So basically, I think I here at iChongqing. So we have a media because I don't think it's like a big public open event. So I think all of the participants had to take one of those COVID tests to be able to get in. And okay.
A bit like the Smart Expo we had here in Chongqing. I mean, that was the same as well. But they have like a limited number of media passes. So my understanding is we had one of those. Particularly because Chongqing has a big delegation at the Shanghai CIIE, that we had the opportunity to send a media representative. So I think Alison has gone over there in a personal capacity for iChongqing, but so now she is there. She basically has free reign to walk around and bring us like the most interesting points about it.
Okay, that's very good. That's good to know. Okay, great. So how long is this event going for, and how many days?
So they had the opening ceremony on the evening of the 4th, but the event itself officially opened beginning on the 5th. So basically today is the first day. And the event is going to continue all the way until November the 10th.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And how many people normally attend this event?
I haven't got any exact figures on exactly how many people are going to be there. I mean, again, my impression is like the Smart Expo in Chongqing, because they're taking the epidemic control measures very seriously. I think it's probably going to be the amount of physical visitors, might be reduced to maybe the thousands at most. But again, I'm sure it's going to be having a very big online presence as well. So like at the Smart Expo here in Chongqing, although there weren't so many visitors to the event physically, everything was available to visit actually online.
So the actual event, even though it's big, you pretty much have to register before you get there. It's not like it used to be a year ago where lots of people could enter. It's more of a well-monitored event due to the current situation that we have. Something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, one year ago, if you go back to the example of the Smart Expo, in the past years, it was held at the ULI International Exhibition Centre, which was a much bigger venue, and I think members of the public were welcome to just come and visit on a whim, basically, and go and explore whatever takes their interest. Yeah, but of course, this year the offline events was a much smaller scale. So we're mostly based at the Lija Intelligent Park. I mean, I don't know if you went there during your last visit.
Yeah, I believe so. I've heard of it, of course. My concern is that are these vendors, are they happy with the outcome of these shows? Like, if you're like the first gentleman we saw that selling these RF terminals, I mean, is he going to have, even though we don't know the answer, but hypothetically, is he going to have the success of selling these products like he would have had prior last year? Is there a real change in business? And maybe that's something that Alison can help us out with. She can ask if people feel that the show is successful. Welcome back, Alison. Welcome back. We don't hear you, but yeah. You might want to, do we hear her yet? No, still don't hear yet.
I can't hear her.
So, Alison, maybe you can restart your phone and you can come back to us. The picture looks great, just we can't hear you. Things happen. So see what you can do to maybe work on that. Whatever we did before, you might want to just reset your mobile or try another browser and come back to us. That would be great. Camera quality looks good. Mikhail might have sat down and got something to eat. We're not sure here, are we? What's he up to?
Oh, I haven't quite found something to eat yet, but it's not because I can't find anything. There are so many choices. There's so much to choose from, and it's just I can't decide what I want. Do I want something that's been fried? Do I want something that is vegetables, or do I want something that has seafood in it? I just can't decide. There's too much going on. Now I just have to walk down through the street one more time and then decide, and then I'll try and see if I can order something. My Chinese is a little bit rusty. I get lazy because my wife speaks English pretty good, so I'm not too sure I know how to order.
I always find the people very interesting there, and really they love coming to the camera. So the next person that comes to the camera, let's see how they're. Yeah, let's see what they got to say about all of this.
See what they have to say about all of this. I'm gonna find a place to put my my tripod down that I have to stabilize on and see if I can't find something to eat. There we go. I'll switch this back to the.
What kind of just for the curious people out there? What kind of gear do you use to live stream? Because it looks very good. It's very stable as well.
Oh, I brought out the big guns as well. So I'm filming this on my Samsung Galaxy S8 on DJI Osmo 3. And then what I did to make sure that everything is stable is that I actually have it standing on a tripod that is mounted to the bottom base. And then in my little bag here, I have a battery pack that powers the stabilizer and my phone so I don't run out of juice in the middle of everything. So I've been lugging this around all day. But it works.
Wow.
It's nice and stable.
Okay, well
Just look at all these people lining up to buy food. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to try this, but I'm not sure I want to stand in line for quite this long. This would take hours. But anything you would want, I'm sure your mouth must be watering by now, Alex, looking at all this.
Normally I would just go to KFC.
well then, good sir, you are missing out.
No, it's my wife that loves that kind of food. She enjoys it immensely. I mean, the first night we were there, we were down in that area, and the selection is just absolutely amazing. I just have to be careful because I got a seafood allergy. So,
what is it called when there are so many choices that you can't make a decision? It's like you're paralyzed because of all the options. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Okay, looks like we've got Alison back. So should we skip over to her and see what's going on?
Yes, do that.
So Alison, we can hear you.
Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Finally.
Don't go changing.
Yes, finally I'm at the exhibition booth of the Jifangbei Pedestrian Street. And it's an exemplary pedestrian street in China because of its consumption power. And here we have a lady here.
Hello, lady.
She's saying hi to us. Okay, I'm going to show around what the booth has. First, because Chongqing is going to build itself as an international consumption center. So here are some pictures of the night views. You can stay here.
Here's the famous Raffles.
Yes, that's Raffles. That's
And this board is explaining what? Is it telling all the achievements and all the international companies that have come to Chongqing? Like I see, we've got Louis Vuitton there. We've got Gucci. It's written in Chinese. Is that an investment? Is that? Can you guys?
It talks about the international famous brands.
Right.
It exceeds 200, such as LV and Gucci, and also we have first launches and shows there. So you can see here there are models.
Okay, Adidas, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and this.
Okay, these things happen. No problem. Alison, you've gone dark on us, but we'll go back to the main streams here, James. And if we can go, you can go back to full screen while we figure her camera out. And basically, I think she's back.
Oh, we're back. Okay. So
volume not happening. Okay. So no problem. Alison, we can't seem to hear you again. So if you could maybe work that out for us, that would be greatly appreciated. These things usually happen when you're streaming. Mikhail seems to be the streaming god, though. He knows what he's doing. Look at how smooth that is walking down there.
This is all just lucky first, I think. I'm just having a look at all the different options. This is a street that has, again, a little bit of everything. But of course, one of the staples of this city is hot pot. And so I'm guessing this table has been set up sort of as a demo table to attract people in, but it's a good way to sort of look at what you can expect. Hot pot, of course, one of the staples of Chongqing. Can be just about as spicy as you want. Or you can, of course, get it with the non-spicy version if that's what you're into. There are several hot pot restaurants on this street just lining it from one side to the other. It is a little early in the day to have hot pot, though. It's mostly an evening thing. But delicious nonetheless. And then you have all these people, of course, trying to wave you in as you walk past. The lunch break is just about to start. They're eager to have customers coming in. Not quite sure what this is. I think that's tofu. It looks good. Still haven't decided what I want to eat.
What we're going to try to do, and as we keep you going there, we're going to try to bring in Allison here, and she's going to wrap up a little bit of the show here. So we'll go immediately to full screen, James, if you could, for Allison. Allison, we know that you're having some technical difficulties. Don't worry, everything's been great and fascinating so far. Tell us where you are, what's going on.
I'm at the Jiefeng Bay booth, and this is about the consumption area. And now I comes to the exhibition area for cultural and creative products. You can see things here there. There is a cup. And a lamp.
So are these all products that were made? Am I understanding this correct?
Yes, yes. And you can say this is the bookmark made from a leaf. Paintings on the leaves. Yes. This is called the exhibition area of famous historical and cultural city. And this is one part. And also now the third part is about the 5G.
Right.
Yes.
That's virtual reality glasses there.
Yes.
And also, you know how Jiefeng Bay is a national demonstration area here in China as well, and I think Jiefeng Bay is part of Yuzhong district here in Chongqing, and I think it was one of the first ones, I know, kind of around the country to get 100%, 5G Internet of Things coverage as well.
Okay. Now I come to the final part.
Sure.
It's about the digital economy in this area. It shows the Yuzhong district is one of the core area of trade in services. There are some pictures and figures. It mentioned that the trade volume exceeded 16.5 billion yuan with an increase of 10.7%. And it ranks the first in Chongqing. And it also talks about the Chongqing blockchain digital economy industrial park. I think James have been there, so maybe James can talk about something. And this is my part for today's live stream. And thank you all. Now I'd like to give my floor to James.
Okay, can you just show me that picture again?
Okay. This one. I stick to here.
Yeah, that does look very familiar. So, particularly in the lead up to the Smart China Expo, we visited a lot of these technological parks in China, and also outside of the main city as well. So we got to experience a lot of the self-driving cars, and then a lot of these demonstration areas within the city, such as Zhejiang District. We also learned a lot about big data, intelligentization as well. So we got to see a lot of impressive demonstrations on how that's going to be entering our lives over the next few years.
So she's just muted there. Allison, you've muted your microphone, but thank you for showing us that, and we really appreciate you taking the time. I think she's exiting the show now, James. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think she just said she's going to pass the floor over to us.
Right. We just got a special note from Mikhail here, and I think you guys are going to kind of find this a little bit funny. It's actually really funny. When you're live streaming in China and you're very hungry, you must remember
you have a problem.
You have a problem. And what is that problem?
The problem is, of course, China being as smart as it is, everything in China is done with your phone. That means that when you pay for something on the street, or you need to do anything, you take a taxi, a car, a subway, anything, you pay with WeChat or Alipay, which is on your phone. Unfortunately, when you're live streaming, you're sort of using your phone, and you won't be able to log into those apps to get the code you need to scan. And silly as I am, because China is so smart, I didn't bring my wallet, so I don't have any cash on me either. Because I think to myself, I don't need a wallet anymore. I don't need my cards. I don't need anything like that, because everything is done through the phone. So I'm walking on this street, live streaming everything, drooling my eyes out because I'm so hungry, and all this delicious food is just yelling at me to buy some and try it, and I just can't.
Oh.
So is it about time?
Oh, fantastic. Well, very interesting to see.
Just silly thing. But it is one of those things that really sets China apart, because I remember before coming to China, and this was 10 years ago, that Denmark had, where I'm from, Denmark had QR codes popping up, in certain shopping areas and shopping malls and stuff, and nobody seemed to know what they were going to do, and all of Denmark sort of just dismissed QR codes as being useless. Like, why do we want to scan something on our phone to do anything? And then you come to China. In the beginning, the first couple of years in China, I was still using my card, I was still using cash. And then after moving to Chongqing about 7 years ago, everything has just transitioned into being strictly phone-based. When you take the subway, you just scan a QR code on your phone now. I can open the door to my community on a WeChat app as well. Not the door to my house, but the door to my community and the door to the building that I live in, all through my phone. I barely even need my key anymore. It's crazy.
Amazing, really amazing. And the QR code has a significance of importance in today's climate right now as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's we used to see it here in Thailand, and then it kind of went away, and then this event happens, and it's here now, and it's here for a while.
Definitely here, and QR codes are everywhere now. You walk into a store, they'll ask you to scan a QR code to get a discount and to follow them on their WeChat account and stuff. Like I said, payments, public transport, just about anything is done with QR codes. Even the people who are selling food on the street, even the older generation of people who are selling food or their fresh vegetables, they all have a QR code for their WeChat now, and you just pay with that. So you never have an excuse not to have anything. As long as you have money in your account or money on your card, you can get by just fine.
Well, thank you for sharing all that stuff, and it's been a great little day here and a nice walkthrough. And James, thank you for hosting the show, having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always, and I hope you can do this more often in the future.
Sure. Sounds great. Sounds great, gentlemen.
It.
All right, well, keep warm. And James, thank you again. And Mikhail, thank you very much for the smooth live stream without a hiccup there in a very, very busy place of the earth. And from me here in Thailand, thank you very much for all the viewers, and please leave your comments. Hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button to iChongqing if you haven't already, and keep up to date. And I'm going to let James take you out of the show. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to our audience for watching us all today. It's been a pleasure to have you with us. And also don't forget that the CIIE is going to continue until November the 10th. And over the next few days, here we at iChongqing are going to bring you the best of the action. So please stay in contact with us, continue to watch our website, and we'll bring you all of the action as it happens. So so again, thank you very much to Mikhail in Bay, Alison in Shanghai, and also from over in Bangkok. And all of us, from all of us here at iChongqing, we wish you a pleasant day.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.